So I'm a bit confused because originally it said it was a mile away, and I haven't walked a mile definitely, and it says that I'm nearly there now. It tells me to go down this little area, which is just where I've come from. Reset my Google Maps. So, I don't know, I'm surprised if it's this close, but it says it's 150 yards up here. It's just literally right where I've come from, the pub where I've been eating. You'd imagine it'd be a lot more expensive here. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than central London. I like it. Let's go down this one, even though this isn't the right one, because this looks nice. Angel and Crown, nice looking pub. So this little slip road just had this, which caught my eye, of course. Buildings. They've got a garden downstairs in that place, look. Richmond Yummery. Go in, you get cakes and that, and they've got a downstairs area. Very nice, I'm impressed. Really impressed. St Mary's Magdalene. There's a few of them around, isn't there?
Yeah, okay.
Probably, of course, I've gone off route from where my sat nav told me to walk, so I may have to turn around and go back, or maybe I'll just get a different way into it from here.
Turn left on Church Court, then in 60 yards, turn left on George Street.
There we are, that's going to send me back round. That's alright. Pigeons. Little clock there. I'm liking the vibe. Question is,
proceed to the route. In 60 yards, turn left on Church Court.
okay. The only problem is, can I find something under 1,500 quid a month? Which I know it still sounds a lot, but it's 1,000 to 1,200 quid to go back to Didcot. And I got to have a car. And here, I wouldn't need a car.
Proceed to the route.
I get my freedom pass. Church-wise, I've only switched the camera off for a couple of seconds, and this is it. Look, absolutely, I love it, because I like all that old shit. I like the old-fashioned stuff. It's got an open fire in it, working open fire. And so, well, the windows don't look great, but that's because they'll be all listed, I expect. Cutting these cleaning. It's the red door there, number 19. Well, it's a red door, I think it's that one. That would be the problem, the steps, I guess, long term. But I wouldn't be living here long term anyway. But this is the location, look. It could be that. It says successor, and that was who had it on the agents. So number 17, it's that door there, look, downstairs, because it had the... Oh, that'd be bloody great, wouldn't it, if it was downstairs, no steps, little outside area, $13.50 a month. It was tiny, and it had an open fire, an open working fire. Oh my God, it'd have inherent problems, but that'd be like living the dream at the moment. That's what I think I really want. Not that I know what I want, but yeah, that's it. So I wonder if they were like council houses or something originally, but can't be. But that's it. The bloody downstairs as well, I reckon. I've gone in there, you can see me there, and walk into the tube and the underground, train to Reading, back to family. Easy done. Wow. And not many of these places will come up very often, will they? Let's go back into town and see a bit more town, shall we? Bye-bye, little tiny little one-bed flat with open fireplace. $13.50 a month. There's the little flat there, and then you walk down through here. Oh, do you know, I might have bloody gone for that if it had been available. I might have gone for it.
Turn left on George Street, then in 170 yards, make a sharp left turn on Red Lion Street.
I'm now going to go to the agent about it and maybe go in and have a chat with them and see the likelihood of things like that coming up, which I imagine at that price would have been very, very low. So you see, I'm back out on that same street now. I'll have to, maybe I'll go and explore up here first and then go and see the agent later on the way back here. On the corner of the street, posh porn, look. Some nice stuff there for sale. All looks good. All the rich people. I mean, it's a very rich area, yet that rent, I know that there'd have been a lot of inherent problems with that place because it was old and it had been cold and drafty. But you know, living like your grandmother lived, have an open fire, probably burn myself to death or something. But look, there's a little old pub there. Look, the old ship looks nice. And I think I fell in love with the oldness of it, the fireplace scenario and that, and all everything that was old inside, like chandeliers, for instance. So maybe that was a dream that didn't really need to be fulfilled. Chase Buchan, that's the agent there. We see the agents on the other side. I'm going to go down here. This is all being redeveloped for something. Probably, yeah, retail units. Little Italian restaurant, fish and chips, takeaway. Around here somewhere, where it was. Look at this. This is lovely, isn't it? Could be home from home.
Yeah, so
Got the old cobbler, look, get your shoes rehealed and that. I actually need that doing as well. Hats. Of course, there's lots of coffee shops. That's London, isn't it? Interesting, the girl in the pub, when I said that I was thinking of moving out this way. Another nice pub there, Fuller's pub. Look, yeah, when I was thinking of moving out this way, she said that Twickenham might even be a little bit cheaper, and Twickenham's only just up the road, maybe a couple of miles, another different tube stop. But so that's another area perhaps to have another look on another day. I can't do it all today because I've got to get back into Soho at some point, and I've already walked a bit and I'll be walking some more yet. Look, there's plenty to see here. And Dylan would love that for running around. This is 5 minutes from where that bloody flat was. That bloody flat that had already been rented. Would have been nice to have seen inside it. Train's going up. I guess you're not that far from Heathrow in a funny sort of way. So, Richmond Green. Facilities open for everyone. It's been an important open space in the Middle Ages where it hosted jousting competitions. The remains of Richmond Palace can be seen on one side of the green. Many fine houses, Central Library, Richmond Theatre. The site is managed by the London Borough of Richmond upon Thames. Palace can be seen on one side of the green. Let's have a look. Which side? Oh, it could be that there, couldn't it? Lane's going up as well. So, well, it could have been that side. It actually could be this side. Look at the fencing up here. I'm thinking now it's probably more this side. Oh, I think I can see it further down. Let's go. So when I saw these railings, I'm thinking this could be part of the old castle, but it's not, is it? Because look, there's little signals here, and look at the wall. Richmond Castle. I think that's it, isn't it? That is part of the old Richmond Castle. Very, very nice. What a beautiful area to live. I wonder if I can find something, even if I lived here for a year. Oh look, well, got to go in there now, haven't I? Definitely. Look at the sign. Crown Estate, private property, no parking. This is the Crown Estate. Go through here. Houses in the back of here. Imagine what a complete house costs here, mind. Because that flat was super tiny. Palace Gate house. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at the old walls crumbling away. It's lovely, isn't it? Then you get a one bed flat in this little mews. One the Wardrobe. That one's called One the Wardrobe. So much history to London, isn't there? George Cave of Richmond. So I got some great information. This place, I'll Google it and put the link in description. And it opens up once a year for 1 week, and you can go in and look around it and look at the massive gardens out the back. But that lady's told me fully, that lady there, got a good chat with her. She's had 2 hip replacements, and she's told me that Wardrobe 1 and Wardrobe 2, these buildings were let's keep talking and I'll tell you what they were. They were Queen Elizabeth's wardrobe. She used to keep all her clothes there. Now I'm talking Queen Elizabeth I. That's what the lady told me. Buckingham Palace wasn't built, so when they went out over those Richmond Green and all that, they rode their horses. Queen Elizabeth I kept all her clothes there. And she's telling me somewhere to go. She's told me to go out to another nice area. There's a pub around the corner here. But she's also told me about when you go up to Richmond Hill, you can see that's where Henry VIII waited for it to be confirmed that they chopped his wife's head off. Anne Boleyn, Trumpeters House and Lodge to the river. Oh mate, I'm falling in love with this area. She was lovely. She gave me a great chat. She's walked all the river. She's walked about 2 miles. Had her 2nd hip replacement. That'll be me with my knee one day, maybe. Hopefully or hopefully not, I'm not sure. But so yeah, Queen Elizabeth I kept her clothes there. That's why it's called Wardrobe 1 and Wardrobe 2. Apparently one of the units did go up for sale, freehold. And it was about £1 million quite a number of years ago. I don't know when. I'll see if I can find that out and add it into the description. You know, I've come through that little walkway. She's telling me about these little terrace houses here and a nice little pub at the end. She's not kidding, is she? And if you go down this way, you go down to the river, so might as well. That's what I'll be doing, 10,000 steps again today, buggering my knee up. Look at that. Link in description. Oh, the river is here. So from that little masonette that I showed you with the red door, this isn't 10 minutes walk away. Askill House, Crown Estate. Here's the river. River Thames. Well, I'm assuming it's the River Thames. What other rivers are this close to London? Got to be on it. Runs all through Richmond, Kew, probably Putney, probably, definitely. Lovely. There you go. Get back to getting your narrowboat now, and then you can come more up down here. Probably you can't. There's probably a lot of regulations about where and when you come more up. Oh, which way am I going to walk? Am I going to walk that way to the bridge? Oh, that's a quicker walk, isn't it? It's a shame, but I just don't think I could. If I walk that way, I'm going to be even worse off. No ducks. Wherever you move to, if you move to a brand new area, it's always a risk, isn't it? Because you think, oh, you need to almost trial it. You can't really afford to trial it. Airbnbs are dear around here. But could you live here for a year? Yeah, of course you could. It wouldn't be difficult to do a year, would it? Ah, it's metal. Wonder if it's metal or wood. Look at that. Sort of, I don't know, it's probably how it was built, isn't it? It doesn't go up, no. Twickenham apparently I think is about a 2-mile walk. I don't think I'm going to do it. Look at that lovely bridge up ahead though. This is quite a modern new, fairly ugly looking bridge. This one up here looks lush. Shall I walk it? It's trouble with walking now. I won't know how I'm going to get back. Probably won't care either. Doing a bit of fishing. I could take up fishing in my retirement. Alright mate. Catch anything? I had a chat with the fisherman. That's Richmond Bridge. And this is a bridge up here which I'm going to walk to, of course I am. Is Twickenham Block, he said. So we'll find out when we get there. And he told me about that park there. That's got the old hunting name, hasn't it? Old Deer Park. There's a memorial thing up over there. There's two. Look. But that's where they used to hunt the deer, I suppose, in Queen Victoria I's age. I mean, if I lived here for a year, it'd take me a year to make videos and explore it all, wouldn't it? Matt Cashman, look. 2008, 2 of a kind. Unforgettable Londonista. So yeah, let's get up to this Richmond Block. And then I reckon the only way I'll be able to get back anywhere now would be jumping on a bus, which would take hours, but that'll be all right. I'll do it. He's a bit like me, that fisherman is, but he don't actually listen when people talk to him. He didn't listen. I do a lot of that. I said I hadn't fished since a teenager, lived in Soho. He said, oh, you still got your fishing stuff though, ain't you? No, that was 55 years ago. And then a bit later on, he's like, you do any fishing in London? In Soho? Not really, no. That little bridge walkway across into Deer Park. But I'm here now. So this is an actual lock where they make sure that the water between Richmond and Teddington locks are always above or half tide level, allowing the boats to safely get through. Got some of them in Abingdon. The only problem with that is I thought it was a bridge I could get up and walk somewhere on, and I can't. So I've either got to go back to that other bridge to get back on a road, or can I get up here? Thames Path, Capital Ring, maybe I can. Just need to get up and try and find a bus now and jump on a bus for an hour or something and get me somewhere closer in. Look at it, beautiful. So it's going to take me the wrong side of the river. Now what's the wrong side or right side of the river? I can go the other way. Oh, that's down, that's locked off, isn't it? What I do to make a YouTube video, eh? Well, that's the airplanes again. Look, they're coming down. So Heathrow is over there somewhere, which again, of course it is. I don't know whether I want to go over that side because I don't know, it doesn't look at many buses or anything. The next bridge down, well, there isn't a bridge really, is there? This mechanism would be crazy, wouldn't it? This goes up and down, lets the water in and out. Still working. Feel a bit high up here as well. I got that vertigo thing. Not over keen about it. Don't want to be super high, and I think if I look around, trying to look around that corner to see whether it is worth me walking. But man, that looks a long walk. Where's that bridge back there where there's cars? Look. Looks more likely there's going to be buses. There's them bloody albatrosses I met in Spain. There's a bus, look. I think for safety's sake I've got to go back that way rather than get off this way and go that way. It just seems too far. Oh, I don't like it up here, I've got to be honest. Feels high even though it's not that high. There's a big cold river there. I'm going back. There's a train there as well, look. Train going over the bridge. Civilization lies that way. And that's the lock part, look. Because they can't control the whole width of the river. But they control that bit there in the lock, and that makes the tide equal whenever they need to do it. It's like having it on Thames. Richmond Lock. I do make myself laugh sometimes as well, because go back when I first saw the river I said, oh, I think this is the Thames. Yeah, it's got to be the Thames, hasn't it? Well, this is called Richmond on Thames. So what do you think? Nothing changes, does it? Still got my mate's puffer on and my hoodie. Grown to the look actually. I think stay away from me. These people feeding the bloody seagulls, that's the trouble. Oh Christ, that's the last thing I need, isn't it? Don't care if it's good luck or not. Just don't need it. Get out of it. is back. I've walked back past the pub. It's just back there. This one. Look at these lovely old little terrace houses which I showed you earlier, with the trees all up against them. So I'm going this way rather than round by Elizabeth I's wardrobes. Go this way because it's different. That's what I do. Train line's directly behind there. But I have to say, again, it's really nice around here. And people who know me will sense my mood's lifted. I feel in a happy place. Whether I can afford it or not is another question. But it does visually, and like I say, it's kind of the countryside, but you are still on the public train lines and underground, which I would now get free of charge if I lived here. Back into the Richmond Park. I don't think it's Richmond Park, is it? What do they call it? Richmond Green. Yeah, it's not the park. Over there where that big green tree is, that's where the remaining bits of the castle and wardrobe 1 and wardrobe 2 are. Definitely be able to find a link for wardrobe 1 and wardrobe 2 and post it. So I'm going to go through here and cut up and see. Maybe I will go to that estate agents now, which when I was over the other side I thought that was definitely out. I was too far away from it. Now kind of close enough to maybe go back there. Doing a bit of boxing exercise. And going back to something I spoke about in Spain quite a bit, dog shit. I dare say there is some around here now and again, very rarely. But I'm telling you, I've walked everywhere, I haven't seen anywhere yet. And I've seen people, dogs doing it, and people picking it up with the bags. Maybe it's a very British English thing, we do pick it up, but we certainly do pick it up a lot more than the Spanish. Right, pile shoes. Gonna need them resoled and rehealed for a second time very soon. Yes, I haven't got the Skechers yet. Can't be doing with Skechers really. There I am on the other side of Richmond Green now. I do understand this as well. It's disappointing, isn't it? Ball games are discouraged with more than 10 players. You need permission. So you have to get permission to play in a park. We didn't when we were kids, did we? We'd put our jumpers down after school. 8 or 10 would turn up, then a few more would turn up, then some would go because their mums would get them in for dinner, and some more. You could just rock up whenever and you'd go, right, whose side do you want to be on? Well, they got 13, we've only got 11. Okay, you go on their side. And the old Mr. Beams used to pinch our football. He lived right next door to the Drayton Recreation Ground. And if the ball went over into his garden, to be fair, he did used to sometimes steal it, not give it us back. I think he might have even punctured a few. Oh, and I suppose that's what he did really, but yeah, we never needed anybody's permission. Didn't really even need our parents' permission. They knew where we were. Richmond Theatre, like art, music, theatre. Interesting. Theatre architect designed it. Shawshank Redemption. So there is things on. That's what's on. Shawshank Redemption, no show when darkness falls. Nice. Oh, it looks fabulous in there. I don't think you can see, it's got a marble staircase, a round sweeping marble staircase. Remember when I was in Valencia and I'm like, oh, I've fallen in love with it. I think I could buy it and all that. Well, I think I could certainly live here for a year. Went to warm a coffee morning there. They got people just go in there for coffees. Yeah, I think I could live here for a year. Just try it out. Why not? Don't get too excited. Richmond Live. I'm going to go through this little annex. Of course I am. Runs under residential flats. See more. They got rooftops on them flats there. That'd be alright, wouldn't it? This is going to be a long vlog, isn't it? Do I make it a part 1 and part 2, or do I just bung it all in? There's this thing about whether some vlogs are too long. That's what I just saw every Monday, 3 to 4:30, travelling down the Thames. Look. Cats. It's great, apart from the cats, which again, people know me, I don't really like cats. I'm a bit too disloyal. But anyway, we're back on Greg's and we're back in, well, there's a sort of like new apartments there. Sweeping statements, isn't it? I could definitely live here for a year. Just in the time I've been here. It'd take a year to find everything, wouldn't it? Jesus. Okay.